Great to be here in London. Except it's a little bit scary too, because it's so fucking big. I mean, I grew up in Dublin, and I was sure Dublin was a massive, massive town. I come here, and there's just millions and millions of people, more than I knew existed. I mean, that said, I kind of have ended up in the one corner of the city where there's an audience of 6 mic stand held together with duct tape, and the smell of thwart and ambition. But yeah, but it's so big. I mean, to give an example, I was passing by a tube station earlier today, and I had no need to go on the tube. I knew where I was going, but I just got sort of sucked in bodily by the sheer amount of people going past, and ended up riding the tube out of nothing but sheer awkwardness for a good 2 hours. Until I decided, it's time to man up, I can't really stay on the tube forever, I'm just going to pick the name of the nearest station which sounds like nice and friendly and try and get off there. So I picked one, how's it called, Elephant Castle? Elephant Castle? Yeah, it sounds like a magical, whimsical place, Elephant Castle, sounds going to be great, it's not though. It's not. But I mean, these are just little things I have to get used to. Coming from Ireland, living in Britain, like there's a couple of things I've tried to get used to, and one of the first ones I found was the word knackers. Now, if I say knackers to you, English people, you'll think with testicles, right? Kicked in the knackers and so forth. Where I come from, that word, we use it in the way that you would use to describe chavs, isn't it? Chavs. So if I tell the story when I was walking down the street one day and I got beaten up by a pair of knackers, people get this hideous nightmare vision of these two sort of sacks undulating down the street towards me. Or maybe just someone swinging his manhood about like a sack of doorknobs. But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of good at it now because I've lived in Britain for 3 years now. I've lived here for 3 years and I left Ireland. It was because of a girl. Yeah, that's right, hemorrhage with pity, don't you? But it was because of a girl all those years ago. I mean, you look at me and say there's a man with no obvious deformities, he must be at least passable with the ladies, and you would be wrong. I mean, I was bi-curious for a bit, but that was a curiosity rewarded largely with horror. Because, I mean, you get to a stage where you kind of have to admit that neither gender's genitals look particularly nice, do they? I mean, well, a vagina, sometimes it just looks like Predator with his mask off, doesn't it? And boys, I mean, it just looks a bit like Cthulhu's face down there, so just stay well enough away.